So in this video we're going to talk about the use of numbing products before we perform the treatments, and also the medical topical numbing products, because there's two types of numbing products. There's the standard ones that you can find from any chemist, and the stronger ones that you can order if you're a medical practitioner in Europe. And then we're going to talk about briefly about patch testing and what to do before applying the numbing product, and the client's prerequisites for the treatments. So we're going to jump ahead immediately and talk about this the numbing product topic, and we're going to use the our online training platform. And this is under aftercare pre-treatment. So you click on there, you hover over aftercare, or you go into pre-treatment, and you're going to get onto this page. And we're going to talk about immediately about the use of numbing products before treatment. So there are a number of numbing products that you can use. It is always advisable for any treatment to use numbing products, because most treatments are quite uncomfortable or painful. So it is always a good idea. So what you find is in normal chemists is numbing products that are used by using occlusion, and we explain in here how occlusion is applied. So what you normally do, you apply the numbing product. Say for example, this picture gives you an idea, so I'm going to try and magnify it if as much as possible. There we are. So you apply the numbing product, and then you apply occlusion for a certain amount of time. Normally, given the concentration of the active ingredients is 45 minutes, you leave it there for 45 minutes, and then you take off the that occlusion. And at that point, the area should be numb. That's another picture showing the occlusion. So it's a standard practice, and is used in several applications. And what you normally find, the brand that you normally find in Europe is EMLA, but also you can find other products on the internet which have got the same concentrations, because this is what is allowed throughout Europe over the counter. In certain countries in Europe you can find even stronger products, but that varies from country to country. So if you're in the UK, you go to a chemist, they will give you an EMLA after asking you some questions about where you're going to use it. Also, EMLA is used widely in tattoo removal procedures and in tattooing as well. So it's not something that is completely new to the market. And then you have a video showing you how this numbing product was used in one particular occasion. But it can be a bit bothersome to wait for 45 minutes. So if you're a medical practitioner, then you can use stronger products, and this is the part where we talk about it. And the formulation is 20% lidocaine, 5% pralocaine, and 5% tetracaine. Now, you can find these products from certain labs under medical prescription. So if you're a doctor, you can ask around, and some labs do make this particular product, and this particular product is quite good. So you don't have to be tied to a particular lab. You can choose whatever lab you like, but they will ask you for a prescription before they make it. In Spain and Italy, this is a normal formulation, and most labs make quite frequently. Since in the UK we're still in the European Union, you can get in touch with them in labs in Spain and Italy and get it made for you. If you've got any question about it, if you cannot find it, let us know. We'll point you out towards a number of labs that make these products. But the good thing about this particular formulation is that you apply it on the area that you're looking to treat. Say for example here, we applied it there in this particular case, and then whatever area you want to treat, and then within 5 minutes the area is going to be numb, so you can start the treatment. And then what you do, you just take off a little bit, and then you can carry on and do the treatment little by little, and the person will not feel normally any pain, or sometimes they even don't feel any discomfort. They only have the touching feeling. They feel as if something is stinging them, but it's not bothersome at all. I've had it used on myself, so I know what it's like, and it's a very, very good product. So it gets rid of the pain completely, even in cases where people seem to be quite susceptible to pain. Now, so we talked about it, and the good thing about this product, because before we go on to talk about other topics, because is the fact that you apply it within 5 to 10 minutes most, is effective, and you don't need to apply occlusion, so you can move quite fast. But once again, so you have the normal option where you go to the chemist, you get a milder product which you apply with occlusion for 45 minutes. You have to wait, and then after the 45 minutes, then you can take off the occlusion and start working. And the area normally is numb enough. But also the numbing effect is not as long as in this type of product, 20% lidocaine, 5% prilocaine, and 5% tetracaine. Whereas with this particular medical grade product, which you can find from labs, you can have the person you have the area numbed within minutes without even applying occlusion, and the numbing effects are extremely good. So we talked about this topic, so we're going to go and talk about other prerequisites before concluding this video. Now, we talk about clients' prerequisites here. If you can have a read on the first page of this particular website on the pre-treatments, and then you'll find the prerequisites. But also, once you read it, it's quite important that you read it. But then these are covered normally in our standard consent form, which you can copy and paste and use it as you please. But also, it's quite important that you still have an idea yourself. You just don't hand the consent form without having read this particular part. Then, before applying the numbing product, you have to clean the area using an antiseptic. The antiseptic we talk about is in the aftercare, and in particular we talk about the benzalkonium chloride based products, which you can find many online and from your normal chemist as well. So then once you've cleaned the area, you should actually perform a patch testing. So if you perform a patch testing, apply the numbing product, and then you perform the patch testing. It is good that you always a consultation stage, when you know what your client is looking for, you do perform a patch test. In reality, people don't always do it, so it is a good practice that you do suggest it. But just to let you know that in most cases, people just don't perform the patch testing. So it's completely up to you. We do advise you to do it. It's good practice. And then here on the pre-treatment page, which once again, as a recap, you find under the aftercare pre-treatment, then you find an example of patch testing for tattoo removal. So you can watch this video and you can have an idea of how you can perform a patch test. But the idea behind the patch test is that you perform it just in a small area, the same way you would perform it otherwise. Say, for example, in this particular case, if you're looking to perform a tattoo removal with salation or osmosis, you do the same thing as you would do in the normal full treatment, and wait for the results. And it's a good idea to always do a consultation stage. And the idea around behind the patch testing is that you can show your client that if they carry out their normal aftercare procedure, there's not going to be any particular side effects. It's a good idea to propose it at least. But then if they opt out, is their own decision. So we conclude this video with this piece of information. Once again, if you look for more information or you'd like to ask us any question, feel free. We're here to answer any question you may have. So thank you very much for watching.